Možič keeps his place in front of Tine Urnaut. As the bronze final from CEV EuroVolley 2023 is underway. France in the blue on the right-hand side of the picture, and in green and light blue, it's Slovenia. And it's a good start from Vincic, coming in, setting with pace, looking comfortable, finding Rok Možič on the left side. Ngapeth playing with that injury, goes with the tip early on. Be interesting to see how he fares throughout this game. Tine Urnaut now at Tech Spring for a second season coming in Japan, but he's played everywhere. He's at St. Petersburg, Milan, Shanghai, to name a few. And there was some controversy at the end of France's semi-final with Ngapeth's serve at 24-23 down. He served out the back, and France were sure that that ball was in. They're already 2-0 down. The challenge wasn't allowed, and they had to settle for defeat. A one-on-one situation for Rok Možič against Tilly, who just slams one home through the angle. Grebennikov the target. A little bit off, and Burry's been shut down. He's looking for cover. He was looking to play off the block, but there was no French cover behind him. Perfect start this for Slovenia. If anything, that first pass is slightly off the net again from France. That's what we saw in the opening phases against the Italians here 2 nights ago. Tilly puts the ball into a great spot, has a one-on-one on the wing, and works off the hands. Rizard from there knows exactly what to do. Past 6 or 7 meters to 2.5, the middle blocker goes with the ball, leaves Tilly one-on-one. Serve out the back this time from Parchiniesi. Had another good competition. Gianni, happy that his team have hit their target, would love to leave here with a medal. So many fans in here at the moment, but a few empty seats as the Italians look to get their way over here to the Palazzetto dello Sport here in Rome for a magical evening of European Championship volleyball. And Payek, Mr. Reliable. Genya Grebennikov tries to play defense high, but it's just too fast from Payek. Charging in from the outside in. Tilly tries to cram to take position 5, but he's beaten for speed as well. Vincic has come in here, and it's proving to be a very good decision to bring him back into the squad this evening. Legoff stopped, looking for Bouriet. He's stopped by Vincic as well. 2 up from France on the tight set. They're looking for a lift here from Gianni, but it's not given. Tine Urnaut has just smuggled one to the sideline. Bouriet not killing one yet. That one's a little bit wide for him, one would say. As there's a challenge from Gianni and France already in this opening set. It's a great challenge, but it's just not quite the one. Čebulj. Big serve from Čebulj, but Grebennikov's just put that on the money. The defense outstanding from both sides. Ngapeth just decides to get his hands on that to Tilly. Still no cover. Ngapeth sets the ball, doesn't quite close up the space. And And this is a slow start from France here. 2 times caught cold, not covering. 3 up in the block. Tine Urnaut does a phenomenal job of getting across on Tilly and taking the angle. They're up for this though, Slovenia, and France also trying to push their body language and their togetherness. Tilly, who started in the French side that lost to Romania in the pool stage, giving Romania the biggest win of their history within the sport. Then France comfortably come past the Romanian challenge in the quarterfinals, but it wasn't all easy. Twice they found themselves 4 or 5 down in set 1 and set 5. Alan Payenk slapped out the back from Payenk, who was coached by Alberto Giuliani, former Italian coach of Slovenia at Olympiacos. Off. He's at Montpellier till 2028. Oh, big bounce! Ladies and gentlemen, Jan Kozemernik puts a hole in the floor in row. Great set from Vincic, one-handed. Hungry, aren't they? Count 3 missed serves already, but when they do serve, they're going after the passing unit. Blizzard. Kovacic out of system. There's going to be 3 blockers here. Ngapeth's actually going to decide to step up and play defense. Down ball situation for France. Cheniese. He's fired up. Straight in to the Wolfpack. Celebrating every point. Continuation as the ball's way inside for Rok Možič. Nothing he can do about that one apart from to continue play. The right line in the block from Kozemernik, just a little bit too wide. Another good serve from Blizzard. Being at Piacenza since 2021, point goes Slovenia's way. Vincic again just delivers a... Well, it's a little bit too wide there for Možič, but he goes with the left off the hands. It's a smart decision. Možič, who grew up around this team. Tilly absolutely unleashes on the pipe at a rate of knots. Pass from Ngapeth on the money. Tilly left open because of the good work from Cheniese. Blizzard's run the middle. It means that Tilly's left unmarked. Same play, just as good from Tine Urnaut. Here we go. A little bit of pace off the ball from Ngapeth, leaning to try and create that angle into the cross court. You can either do it with your arm or lean it back. He knew exactly where the block was. Ngapeth, what a pass that is. That's why Tilly and Ngapeth have been brought in here this evening, just to steady up the pass, and it's working so far. Blizzard can run the game that he wants to with the pass in the sweet spots. Vincic, a little bit tight again onto Rok Možič. Tilly from the inside. Gets past the block this time. Big high play. Cheniese's got to watch out for the chairs. What a play that is. Tilly again into the angle. France are digging their heels in here. And they're back to 1. Tilly 2 times being aggressive. Cheniese superb with this chase. Almost outside by the scorer's table. But it's right on point for Brizard. It was the perfect pass from the middleman. Boyer. Grabenikov's throwing his towel everywhere. This French team are almost running onto the court for each other every single play. Boyer finds one off the top of Payek. Good decision with 2 up in the block. The tip's certainly working. Tilly thinks he's on it there. He sort of had a little look for a throw. Grabenikov's shaking his head. Let's have another look. Now puts the ball into a good zone. 1-on-1. Their argument will be that the hand was slightly behind the ball and too high and therefore throwing down. But nothing given from the up ref. Ngapeth again. The pass is certainly there. But that's a big, big play for Slovenia. Boyer's just been shut down. It's a monster block from the perfect pass. Čebulj gets his man. Možič. Tilly now with a good pass. The pass is certainly there for France, and Tilly's been unstoppable. But the first pass is certainly better than it was in the early stages against Italy in the semis. Boyer to no avail. Ten points from Barcinesi was the top score in the semi-final. It sort of shows how France were lacking in other areas. Passes off a little bit from Grebenikov this time, but it's better cover. And have a look at Ngapeth there. Ngapeth, Grebenikov doing their jobs well, covering Tilly, who was looking for this off the hands. It was Lagov to start with, sorry, and then Grebenikov going on the chase. The attitude is certainly there for the French at the moment, and after a slow start, they're right back in this set. Tip off the hands this time. The creativity from Slovenia has been good. Using the tip, working off the hands, going over the top when they have to. And out so smart. Payek gets Tilly out of system. Ngapeth from a off-the-net situation. I think Vincic and Co knew he was going to look for hands there. He didn't really have any other option. And something that's going to be interesting now is just as France were getting back into this set, they've let a side-out slip with a pass off the net. Ngapeth not at full fitness. Will he stay on the court in this front court rotation? Because he's not jumping at full height, as we've seen throughout this competition. He said he's worked incredibly hard to get back, or to try and get back to full fitness throughout this competition. Slovenia have had the better of the opening set. France have also played some great volleyballs. We have a look at some stats. See better reception from France, and that's what's popping out to me. But more blocks from Slovenia, and more attacks as well. And Vincic has certainly brought his experience to the court this evening already. Palizetta, Della Sport, de Rome, starting to make some noise from the Slovenian contingent. Boyer off the hands. 2 in a row for him. Slightly slow start from the opposite man. best opposite in Plus Liga last season, and rightfully so. This time Ngapeth is heavily tooled by Rok Možič, who, if Ngapeth's knee isn't 100%, then he's going to struggle to get across on Možič there. He's not even above the net with his hands, but he's in this team to pass and provide some creativity and just psychologically fire them up, which he's doing a grand job of. But Chinese is shut down. Slovenia are absolutely flying here. They've been strong on the net. Chinese is a little bit low by his standards. They go to him twice, and Kozamernik goes with the big spread block, takes position 5 with the left hand. This would be major heroics if Vincic comes in after not being part of the squad and helps leads his team to a bronze medal. Oh, what a dig from Ngapeth. Can he put it away though? Yes, he can. And he lets a good look linger under the net as well. Big hammers from both sides. What a dig from Ngapeth though. And then he hammers it away off body. So good. Rizard out the back. Tine Urnaut, whose father played for Yugoslavia, and his two brothers also fantastic professionals, older brothers. Andrea playing for Berlin. This time it's overpass. This is a massive opportunity to get back to 2. Smart from Tilly. Doesn't go with the hammer this time. Everyone's expecting a faster play, so he changes the timing and goes with 2 hands. Wipes off of Možič. Smart from Tilly this. Pulls the arm back as if he's going to hit it, and then he just changes direction with speed with the volley. That's the break that they were looking for.
Of the set, we close the lines, okay? We don't give space. We, especially with him, because he is pushing. And with you are big. You have to go there inside. Take the ball, okay? Stay 1 against 1. Outside, I'll pay attention.
Vincic coming into this team, what a story that would be. Coming in and leading Slovenia to bronze. Ngapeth back to serve. Big serve as well. Čebulj out of system. 3 up in the block. Off the hands. It's smart play from Čebulj. Hasn't got any options available to him to get hammering off the body, but then he does look to work off the hands instead. Off the drifting block of Chinese. Tilly the target. The pass has been much better from France. Chinese from a little bit off the net. Oh, there's a little bit of indecision there. The challenge is coming from Gianni. The first referee pointed one way and then the other. Maybe Možič knows what happened there. The challenge to Hawkeye in the sky is for a touch. Gianni is sure, and let's be honest, France need it here. They're already setting up to receive again. I was very close, but no touch. Kozamernik with a couple of hundred at least Slovenian fans cheering behind him. Grebenikov off the net this time from Grebenikov. Now France do cover. It's Tilly again from the inside looking for hands. Third time, Tilly, tight again, looking over the top. He has to be patient there, Tilly, because the ball wasn't in the right spot the first two times. So he just works off the hands, buys himself some time to go again, and then he's super smart. Top play from Brizard in the cover. And it's a tip over the top for Kozemernik, the middleman, diving to the floor. Foy in, as we've seen throughout this competition, from the service line. Tight, looking for hands once more, and if you're Andrea Gianni, you might just be quite concerned that they found a way through the French box of Linia on so many occasions. Off the hands or just finding avenues underneath. Mijanovic is also coming in for Slovenia, for Vincic for this rotation to keep a block out at position 4. First year as a national team player, had already booked his holidays as Gianni now decides to call a timeout with Slovenia 4 up.
Vicino alla rete, bisogna che con il muro ci facciamo un gol, che non è quanto salto, è il tempo a contrastare la palla. Abbiamo perso punti e il lavoro nostro di set out è con l'attacco, li vai.
Crazy game. France have certainly passed better than against Italy 2 nights ago, but is still struggling for points. You can see Toniudi getting into his warm-up as well. Maybe that's the next change as Možič comes in to serve. They are covering better here, France. Brizard gets it to Tilly. Ngapeth coming in, goes back to Tilly. They need to cover again here, but Tilly's working off the hands as well as Slovenia at the moment. Off of Payek again. He's mixing up his swings incredibly well, Tilly. Going over the top, speeding up his arm, going with the volley. Ace! Boye fires an ace at the perfect time. This game is incredibly entertaining already.
You know, the shorter ball.
Slovenia with the timeout.
Take with the middle blockers, and the other one is going to 6 meters. Pay attention, Hajra, tu karma. Let's play defense, we go there under the car.
Švajcovo, ljudi, Švajcovo, imamo to, a? Ajde, hej!
Well, France have really got their eye back in after that timeout from Gianni 2 points ago. Forced a timeout from Slovenia, and Boye's at it again. It's an absolute belter, and then he gets a shoulder up from Ngapeth. Roasting it from the baseline. We have a challenge here for a ball in and out. For me, it's well in. It is well in. Boye with 2 aces in a row. As the referee hasn't blowing her whistle. Boyer has to go again. It's another big serve. Is it a hat-trick of aces? No. But does it get Slovenia out of system? Yes. Boyer now playing defense as well. Tilly. Second chance for France. Tilly. Slaps one off the middle blocker's hands. Chance to counter for Slovenia. What a play. Disciplined defense. Pushing for everything. And it's Možič that scores. And for Slovenia to get Boyer off of the service line, the main aim. And they take one more step towards the opening set. Another good server, Klemen Čebulj. Ngapeth plays it. It's a perfect pass from a tough serve. Tilly into the angle again. Starting to make some real defenses here. And again, Možič. 2 in a row from the young man, who's changed position to give his national side more strength on that right side. He's doing a tremendous job. Slovenia now, post-timeout, have come out firing and have got 3 set points. Pajek says guilty. Crazy game, this one, because both teams have got runs of points in them. This set's still far from over. Yasin Luati comes in. And into the net, seals the opening set for Slovenia, 25-22. A good start and a good end to the opener for Georgi Kletsu's men. Gives them an opening set victory. Brilliant work from Slovenia. And France have it all to do here. Although they've made the changes to their side, Ngapeth and Tilly coming in, and the pass has been better. They've struggled for points and attacks, and that's cost them slightly in this opening set. Well, one more attack from Slovenia, but 4 blocks, the difference. 2 aces as well. Možič certainly put the ball away when needed. Tilly's done a good job of keeping the reception strong, but also using the ball offensively. Because of that, he keeps his place in the first 6 alongside Ngapeth. It's exactly the same team from both sides here in set 2. Ngapeth gets it going, and he's smiling and enjoying himself. Does a good job of just opening up his shoulders there to pass the ball very casually from Ngapeth, but what else do you expect from the man? Well, Kevin Tilly, 18 sets in the opening set. It's 11 more than anyone else. Ngapeth only set 3 times for 1 point. And Rok Možič 6 points from 10 sets for 60%. Tine Urnaut. Ngapeth passes perfectly, of course he does. Boyer from the left side this time. Free ball then for France. Grebenikov eats that for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Ngapeth eats that for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then he gives a big stare to Čebulj through the net. Čebulj doesn't bite this time though. Ngapeth, quick play, faster than the blocker Čebulj, playing fast to beat the block and the defense. High ball slap into the angle from Čebulj to get one back on France. Good swing, 2 up on him, close the line out nice, and then turning it back into the angle. finding the gap between Tilly and Grebenikov. Boye. Speed again to Tilly, trying to work off the hands. Faster you run it, the more you might just beat their hands pressing over. Vincic, tight this time to Možič. Back to Tilly, he's seeing so much of the ball this evening. And he's not making any errors, just making the most of the sets that he does get. Good cover from Pajenk. A proper captain of this team. Fast ball to the middle and the dump works every time for Slovenia at the moment. Good news for Pajenk. Good news for Slovenia. Start to use that middle and then go to other options. Rok Možič, who so far has had a fantastic game. The pass of Ngapeth has been money-making. You can see exactly what Gianni's done this evening. Ngapeth and Tilly bringing that stability, error count down, passing stats up, and when the pass is in, Brazil can use the middle more often. Early lead for France here in 2. Boye tosses a little bit out of his zone, so he takes some pace off of it. It's smart, and then he's there to play defense. 2 up, straight down. Oh my word. Čebulj and Pajenk, I think it was, have just rained down a lot of pain on Boye. Trying to stay high, doesn't quite stay high enough. Fans love it. This time Tilly with the perfect reception. And this time Air France finds a way through. Just takes off Boye. Kovacic calls for calm. Tilly this time looks for Čebulj. Ngapeth's reactions are ridiculous. Into block, reaction with the middle attack. I don't know how he's kept that alive, but Tine Urnaut has just come up with a world-class swing. Some volleyball there from both sides. Vincic forcing the middle. Ngapeth reading the game. As soon as the ball was off the net, he looked to get off the net as well. But that second swing from Urnaut was splendid. Alan Pajenk. Tilly, this time it is too tight. They're looking for a hand over here. Brazard's on the front court, so can't be for a backcourt setter. With Ngapeth blocking. Oh! Well, he may not have been as high in the opening set in this situation, Ngapeth, but he gets over here and he gets a big one on Rok Možič. Might not be at full fitness or full height, but Ngapeth is a problem all day, every day. Lagoff. Second ball attack is, again, too strong from Slovenia. France might feel that they've been beaten by one or two too many here of these attacks. Does a good job of holding his left hand high, disguising it. Jean Patry. Short ball, Tilly's there to hold it up to the middle, France go, and for me that's another point for Tilly. Short ball, really not easy here. But he gets his wrists underneath it, pops it up, and they can still run the middle from there. And you can see Brizard go straight to Tilly to say thanks very much, mate. Brizard. Kovacic off the net, no middle attack. Tine Urnaut looks to the line off of Ngapeth. Very intuitive there from Urnaut. Knows that Ngapeth is there, fancies his chances. Not easy to access the line either from a off-the-net situation. But the set's wide enough. That's the secret sauce there to go off the hands and out of play. Seven. Tine Urnaut. Grebennikov this time passing slightly too tight. Brizard just flips one to the outside. Boyer playing position 4 this time. Chinese a little bit too low again. Tilly puts an arm out. Ngapeth from 2. Can't put that away, it's too tight. He recycles. Second tempo, Boyer. Fighting hard there, France. Fighting very, very hard. Incredible rally. The experience of Tilly and Ngapeth just to make decisions in situations where they can't kill the ball. Smart. Ngapeth rolls one short. Možič. No mercy. Možič. Tilly going into the angle, and Možič just goes sharper. It's so good. Grebennikov. Oh! Možič! 2 in a row. One hammering the sharp angle, and then a monster block on Kevin Tilly. A one-on-one, drops his left hand into the angle and gives it the eyes. Tilly the target in the pass. That's credit to Tilly, got blocked out and then passed perfectly. Možič is hot at the moment. He's very hot at the moment. He turns around, gives it a run and a jump for what's proving to be a big competition and another step in the right direction in his promising young career. Kozamernik. Trying to keep the middle out of the game there, I feel, Slovenia, by serving to position 1. But they do a good job of Ngapeth bringing it back into the middle. Brizard finds Chinese, who does the rest. Knows the block's taking 5. Has to try and find the ball and get it to position 1, and does it well. Full stretch from Čebulj off the hands of France. And this is a really consistent and impressive performance. Vincic maybe being the most impressive. Hasn't played the whole competition. He's come in and looked right at home. Tilly. Block out from Kevin Tilly. Well, that first pass was a good serve, wasn't it, from Slovenia. Tilly 3 up, but just swings his way out of it. Boje needs some magic from their right sider. Hasn't seen so much of the ball in this set as you might expect. Jean Patry's just got the nod and the fist bump from Andrea Gianni, so we know what's coming. Čebulj out the back, France still alive here. Tilly into the net this time from a sporting family. Tilly, obviously father Laurent, the head coach for such a long period of time of this French side, and really should be credited with their development entirely all the way to the gold medal in Tokyo. His two brothers, professional basketball players. Brizard on 2. Reactions from Rok Možič. He's smiling back there. Rok Možič delighted with himself, and it leads to a block from Vincic. Oh my days. Možič is making blocks, making kills, and then making outrageous defense. It's that effort that leads to the monster block from Vincic. Slovenian fans next to me nodding in delight. It's Luati that comes in for Ngapeth, and there's a timeout from France as they look to rediscover their form.
Attenti. È una partita, no? Adesso abbiamo fatto cambio palla, sit down. Abbiamo avuto ancora situazioni per il muro difesa che giocano le palle alte posti 4, dove stiamo facendo solo una roba fisica. Non è una roba fisica. È qua dentro, giocano le palle alte, lì c'è, o sono tocchi positivi per il muro, se chiudono sono murate.
Alan Payek. Luati in for Ngapeth. It's Tilly the service target, another good pass. Sets too tight, too inside for Boje. So it's Luati from the wing looking for hands this time. There might be a challenge here from France. Luati looks in disbelief here. Was there a net touch early doors? Doesn't look like a touch. Grebennikov asking for a net touch here as well, actually. Another interesting turn of events. Grebennikov still giving it a little bit of afters. Gianni giving it a stare as well. It's a block touch, the challenge from France. It was close, wasn't it? Grebennikov is still bleeding. Well, in comes the general, Tine Urnaut. See if he can get a bit of a reaction out of his men. So much experience, part of our 2015 European Championship side. Jean Patry coming in with him to keep 3 hitters on the front court. Off the hands from Luati this time. Good cover. Kletsu's right in the mixer here. He's living and breathing every minute. Kretsu's almost on the court here. Slovenia are flying. France don't have an answer. Luati is off the net. Can't attack it full rip from there. Tine Urnaut can attack it full rip from anywhere. Talking of generals, look at that man there. And every single game of Slovenia's, they're partying already as they look towards a bronze medal. Hasn't mattered where Gianni's gone here. He hasn't quite got the full tune out of the French team. Kletsu certainly has got this right, and he's still barking orders, almost getting laughed at by Čebulj as he comes to get another message from Kletsu. Good timeout from Gianni. This serve follows from Slovenia Lagov. France have still got an opportunity here. They're certainly good enough to get their way back into this with touches like that from Chinyese. That's what you can't believe from France. They've tried to be everywhere this evening, and they've just been too good, Slovenia. France are giving it everything, putting themselves on the deck for each other. But Slovenia just keep coming. Run it quick enough, open up the splits in the block, hit the seams. Luati, the target since coming on. Sets too tight from Toniuti. Tight again, they're looking for a net touch here, Slovenia. Not given. But Chinyese, there's a challenge coming. For a net touch, I think. Captain's being called over. Tine Urnaut. Just to check what the challenge is for.
No, just show the last rally, not the previous. Not the attack of France, but just block. When did they ask for challenge? When did they ask for challenge? Net touch, net touch.
Net touch is what's going to be reviewed. Tine Urnaut was a little bit frustrated. Let's hope they get to challenge the decision that they want to.
Slovenia called the challenge for net touch.
Right, let's have a look at this. Right, there was a net touch. I think it was a net touch, and I keep hearing the word four, whether they're watching for a four-touch transition from France is another story, but they get the point from a net touch. 6-point game. That's another thing that goes against France. Ngapeth coming in for Luati. Ngapeth the target, right on the money. Chinyese misses out this time. France are struggling to stay at the races here. And as much as the pass has been in a much better zone this evening, they've still struggled siding out. Doniudi's come in. Hasn't been able to change the tide. Chinyese now the target. Gets the ball back. Puts this one away to position 1. Boyer back in for Toniuti. Brizard back in for Patry. Slovenia just have to hold their nerve here. Kovacic again off the net this time. And they haven't quite passed as well, but attacking-wise, they've been stronger here, Slovenia, so far. Možič, hammer, sharp angle. Možič doesn't miss this evening, does he? He just keeps hammering away. Well, the story about Možič is that he could jump serve a ball over the net before he could throw the ball over a net. Coming from a volleyball family surrounded by all these great athletes all the time. Father was a volleyball coach. Good pass again. Tilly doesn't usually miss on that pipe attack. But they're down a rabbit hole here, France. They need to get their way out of it as quick as possible. Grebennikov, tight, sit down, says Jan Kozemernik. They want to bury France in the rabbit hole that they've created. Errors creeping in from every direction. Tine Urnaut to Tilly. Ngapeth on the fast tempo. Skills to pay the bills from Grebennikov. Tight set. Ngapeth, smart. Almost gets a little tug from Čebulj there. Would love to have another look at this one. First time there's a block. Grebennikov does a great job of just casually covering. Second phase of play I'm interested at, or in, just here. Great tip, and a little push from Čebulj. I don't think you pick a fight with Ngapeth. You've got to be a brave man to do that. Ace from Ngapeth. There's one. But they need a little bit more here, France. Timeout, Slovenia. Lagov scratches his beard. Gianni is probably scratching his head right now. Ngapeth. Another big serve from Ngapeth. Timeout was called to try and disrupt that rhythm. Čebulj's stopped. Vincic again just trying to go fast to the outside. This is much better from France, but the free ball gives Slovenia a big opportunity to get Ngapeth off from the service line. And Ngapeth's reaction tells us everything he feels about that play from France. Wears his heart very close to his sleeve. Čebulj with the tip this time, Blizzard was there. And they just cannot find a way, France, to kick into gear. Well, France and Slovenia met twice in qualification for Tokyo. France won 3-0. And also won 3-2 in that semi-final of the European qualification tournament. On that day, they came back from 2 behind. Looks like they're going to have to do the same here. Čebulj just fumbles that ball in, but it's a big hammer. A big, big hammer. He nails the ball into the Taraflex flooring. Čebulj's got 3 up, slaps it past them. Mijanovic is coming in for Vincic again. Rok Možič serving for the set to go 2 up. Bourier blocked down. Tilly sticks an arm out, diving on the floor. Fantastic from France. Second chance for Čebulj off the hands. 2-0 here in the bronze medal match. Slovenia have taken full control of this game, dismantling France in a fabulous second set performance here in Rome. Čebulj off the hand of Bourier. 25-16 here at the Palazzo dello Sport in Rome. It's a long way back for France, but they've done it before against this Slovenian side, and you wouldn't put them past it doing again. Second set break here at EuroVolley 2023. More attacks, that's the difference. 7 errors, only 3 from Slovenia, so that's a 3-point upgrade from the opening set. Slovenia have got better, France have got slightly worse here in Rome. No better place. Set 3. About to get underway. Earvin Ngapeth, who's played in this side in so many big games. European Championship finals. Olympic gold medal matches. Needs to try and find a way to inspire his side here. Kletsu's done a marvellous job of motivating his side, barking orders from the sideline, knowing that this is another massive evening. But that's the start that France would have wanted. Serving to position 1, Chiniesi committing with the middle. Ngapeth's serve is really good for positioning. Kozemernik stopped. And that's the thing about France. You can never, ever count them out of anything. Tilly, high ball. Choose one off the hands, and it is the perfect start. Blizzard. Good discipline. Great set from Ngapeth just to spread it 9 meters towards Tilly, who's a master at working off the block. Fantastic start for France and Ngapeth. Off of Chiniesi, and now puts another one away. So consistent, isn't he? Doesn't try and hammer too sharp, just stays smooth, stays high, comes in on an angle, and just looks for that middle blocker. Chiniesi trying to drop the hands in, but just not quite quick enough. Grebennikov, good pass. Back set to the pipe for Ngapeth. This time, long from the Frenchman. Stadium really starting to fill up now. The perfect play, just the execution long. Tine Urnaut. Such a leader for this team throughout the years. Dragged everybody with him on this quest of making Slovenia a powerhouse of Europe, but France are also a powerhouse of Europe. And Tilly in a one-on-one hammers it home. Good speed from Brizard to lose the middle blocker. Chiniesi keeps holding. Serve to position 1. Rok Možič with the tip. France are saying there's no touch. So yet again, Slovenia failed to score. And this is exactly what you'd expect from France in this situation at 2 down. Coming out with a little bit of fire in their attitude towards a challenge. In front of them, Chiniesi. Off the hands this time. Something that worked especially in the opening set. Working off of the block, changing the speed of the attack and working underneath the French blockers. Italy had some success with that 2 nights ago as well. Kozemernik. Lagoff. Hitting from way downtown. Vincic picks out Ngapeth. Lagoff again. France are cooking. It's taken a couple of sets, but they're there. Brizard is starting to use the middles, play with more speed. The defense from Ngapeth on point. Well, in the previous set, Lagoff at 100%, 1 from 1. Tilly at 40%, Ngapeth at 43 efficiency. Kozemernik at 100%, just like his opposing number, Lagoff. 60% still for Rok Možič, who's he didn't get many sets actually in that previous set, far less than the set before, same as Tilly. Tilly will be happy about that, because 16 sets in the opening set for him might just be a little bit exhausting. Možič. Big serve from Rok Možič. Brizard can't keep it alive. And Rok Možič comes right back into the party. Ngapeth has passed incredibly well, but that was too tough. Some questions for Gianni once again, but the former Slovenian head coach, has won medals in this competition beforehand. He knows what it takes. And he's an incredibly calm customer. Speaking to him before this matchup, he was so relaxed. Možič. France are going to have to be careful here. They have to try and keep their level at the same height as we've seen for the first 13 points of this set. Možič is proving to be a real leader already for this side. Ngapeth passing off again. Možič serving unreceivable at the moment. And then it's the block of Vincic on Ngapeth. France struggling to get off this rotation. Sorry, it was Čebulj with the serve. Another ripper. And if it's not Možič, it's Čebulj. 127 kilometers an hour. And France did not want a slice of this one. Straight through the seam between Grebennikov and Ngapeth. Ngapeth beaten deep, beaten to the right-hand side. And even after a fast start from France, they slipped behind by one, and Gianni is still the first to call a timeout in this set. Has the timeout of Gianni. Done wonders for France. The answer is no, but Vincic just fumbles that one, so there is opportunity from a free ball here. Patry off the hands. France get one back and get off of that rotation. Kledsu asks for calm. First little bit of wrongdoing from Vincic all evening, who so far has been inspiring considering he's only just arrived here in Rome. And it's the play through the block again that's hurting France. Slovenia attacking very smart around the blockers. Payink. Hasn't quite got his serve going this evening. Blizzard does exactly the same in the very next play. Well, Vincic, who's now at Rapid Bucharest after 3 years at Friedrichshafen. Patry chases on here. Možič with the free ball. France have earned their free ball attack. Where does it go? Chinese, of course. Tilly attacking that pipe attack. Lots of options open here for Blizzard. And he goes to the middleman. Kozemernik's watching for Tilly there. And he's a little bit late on Chiniesi. Ngapeth Slaps one to one. It's a fabulous serve from Ngapeth. It really is. Doesn't go for power, just goes for accuracy. His body facing in that direction, but trying to drop the ball right onto Vinčić. And in turn, Tine Urnaut says, get out of the way. He goes straight back there, Ngapeth. And now Slovenia is struggling again, 3 up, but Možič does a fine job of hitting the ball high off the hands of Tilly. Frustrates the Frenchman. Tine Urnaut, captain of this team. Ngapeth back on the money with the pass after 2 good serves. France are battling here. Grebennikov leaves for the time being. Chilinese with a smart play. Aware there that the ball's too wide off the set, probably to hit back to 5, so he just changes the speed of his arm to beat the blocker. Možič just gets up and hammers away. He's had an impressive evening, Rok Možič. Ngapeth. Did anybody else hear that ball from Ngapeth? My word, it was the flattest sounding thud of the evening. Možič again. 21 years old. And putting in an inspiring display for Slovenia here. They've got their right-sider for a long, long time in their roster. Ngapeth, tight pass, recycled from Čebulj. Brilliant from Vinčić to bring in Rok Možič, and that's one of the first misses we've seen from him. France take the lead by 1, Slovenia. How do they respond here? A scrappy rally from both sides. France will take anything they can get. Gianni will take anything he can get. Slovenian fans still making an unbelievable racket. Tilly gets her now out of system. It's tight, blockers are in. Good serving from Tilly. Brizov with the block. 2-point lead now. Slovenia still have a job to do here. France are pegging their way back because that's what the French do. Tilly and Rok Možič again playing in 2 different positions this evening. 15 points for Možič though. Tilly's had a good game out at 4, he's been set a lot of the ball. Payek does a phenomenal job of just taking responsibility there for the net band serve of Tilly. He just shrugs his shoulders and cracks on. Brizov goes for the big spread block again. Čebulj, Grebenikov on the money. Ngapeth swings high, smart swing. Now he can take the block on. That is Earvin Ngapeth at his very best. Coming in, facing the angle, and then just turning and working off the hands. Windmilling his way around. Still a 2-point game. France starting to believe they can make a bit of a comeback here. And Al disagrees. He's just going to keep hammering through 4 like he has done his whole career. Again serving towards position 1. They'll make it difficult to use Rok Možič from there. Payek, last serve was into the net. This is a much better serve towards Grebenikov. This time, France forced to position 4 to Ngapeth. Patry. France are growing. Ngapeth is doing a good job of just working the ball off of the hands. Even in those situations where he can't quite kill it, still finds a way just to work off. Short serve. Oh, that's low and tight. Možič frustrates Ngapeth with one off of the hands. This is where Možič is starting to show some serious maturity. That ball isn't there to hammer away. He has to do something else with it. And to still come out with looking at the outside hand and tooling. Superb play. Ngapeth. Oh, 2 on the quick. And don't start an argument with the French boys, Slovenia. Čebulj's been after it the whole evening, isn't he? Had a little push at Ngapeth early on. Ngapeth short behind, Tine short in front. And the more that they argue, Slovenia, the more they're just going to get Ngapeth fired up. He doesn't look underneath the net, but his eyes just light up as he hammers another one away. Absolutely insane work from France. And funny enough, it's Ngapeth that's leading the charge. And there's some French fans on their feet in fits and spurts around this arena. When the odds are against France, it's when you always back them to deliver. They look fired up here. Ngapeth, good run of serves, this time out the back. Rotations moving quickly. Tine Urnaut, cushioned in by Grebenikov. Tilly off the hands, denied. Možič also denied. This time Patry, and since coming in, he's made a big, big difference out there. Heading to Yashemski next year to take Boyer's spot for the Champions League finalists and Plus Liga winners. France are growing here at a very good time. Bartchiniesi. Slovenia under pressure. Čebulj, another tight set. It's not quite there. There's a net touch against Čebulj, and then he hammers his hand into the net this time, showing a lot of emotion here. He might just get penalised. Ngapeth's asking the question of how he can get away with that, and the ref said one more chance. Ngapeth stirring the pot, and we wouldn't have it any other way, would we? Miss serve deep to 5. The Italian fans are in here, anticipating the final matchup, but there's lots of French and Slovenian fans as well. Well, in comes Žiga. Come off the bench against the Ukraine in set 4, 1 and 2 against Turkey, and off the bench against Croatia in set 3. Tilly just leans into that one and puts it in perfectly. Le Goff is on time. Everything functioning now for France with the pass. Brizard's running his game. He's used the pipe, he's run the middle, and he goes back to the middle to Le Goff, and Pajenk is watching for Ngapeth as well as Le Goff there, and that's the problem. Brizard's used both of them. Looks like we're going to a fourth here. Rok Možič, off body, no block, see you later. Oh, wicked swing to the line. Nobody home. Grebennikov taking the heart of the court. Možič just goes outside the shoulder. Mijanovic is in for Vincic. Again, Ngapeth doesn't cover, does he? He just puts in the perfect pass and hangs out there. And in the end, it draws the error. Again, a little bit unsure whether there was a touch there. I think there's a challenge coming all the same from Kletsu. There is a challenge coming for Kletsu here. Brizard pulled the hands away. Le Goff had a little look to the referee there, but a few more smiles from the French team. Oh, they're looking for a net fault, actually. No net fault on Le Goff. 2 for France needed to send us to a fourth then. Feel like Slovenia have still got a big job to do in the next set. Tilly. Low toss, hybrid serve, shaped away from Pajenk. Ngapeth peels off the net yet again to try and make a dig on Pajenk there. We've seen it before, and this time Pajenk beats the Frenchman. Three needed. Sorry, 2 needed for France, 5 for Slovenia. Čebulj just to remain calm here and bring himself back into the game for the next set. Jafori coming back for the service substitution of Le Goff. Jafori serving to send us to a fourth. Again, another one off the hands from Tine Urnaut. They'll look for a challenge here. Must be for an antenna touch on the way through. Well, I'm interested there because it doesn't look like there's any problem from the first replay that we've just seen. challenge is for a block touch, so possibly did the ball come off of the French block and then off of the Slovenian again, maybe, is what they're questioning. For France to win the set, to send us to a fourth. It's a long old challenge, this one. Some of the French bench have already picked up their kit and are ready to move into set 4. Hawkeye and the video referee making sure they get this one spot on. Right, first contact. Off the hand. Who touched it last? They certainly have a case, don't they? But it's unsuccessful, the challenge. The last touch deemed to be off of Brizard. He doesn't like it, though. And what they're suggesting is where the ball finished. Grebennikov especially, where the ball finished, presents the fact that Tine Urnaut touched it last. Well, France felt a little bit hard done by, didn't they, in the semi-final as well, with that challenge not being allowed with the last serve of the game. Geoffroy is off, Le Goff back in, but then he's replaced by Grebennikov. There's still 3 set points for France. Grebennikov, Tilly, Ngapeth in the passing unit. How many times have they lined up together in the French blue? Grebennikov it is who served. Ngapeth that puts it away. We go to a fourth. France are back on form here. Ngapeth in the middle of everything. Some good serves, some good work on the pipe. Grebennikov fading away and popping that ball in. And Ngapeth delivers on the wing. We have a game on our hands in Rome for bronze. (25-21) France in set 3 here in the Palazzo dello Sport to Roma. Certainly deserved that third set, France. They may be accused of not wanting it as much as the opposition by their assistant coach, Loic Geyer, but they certainly look more fired up for that one. Set 4 underway. Another one that France will be desperate to win, but they have the wind in their sails. A doublé from Vincic. Patrice certainly come into this team and just steadied the ship on that right side. Ngapeth started to find a bit more rhythm. Tilly's been consistent all day long. Scooped up by Ngapeth. Not quite high enough for Tilly. Tries to speed up off the hands and get stuffed out. Block too stable that time on Tilly. Let's see how France react if the start to this set isn't quite there. Tilly the target on the inside, trying to stop him kicking out. But the pass is good, and that's the main thing from Tilly there. Set doesn't have to go his way if he passes really well. Stats from set 3. Chinese 100%, 3 from 3. It's far better for France. 3 from 4, Patry. 3 from 4, Tilly. Ngapeth, 4 from 8. And Tine Urnaut was 4 from 4 as well, but Čebulj 40% on the efficiency hit. So Čebulj this time working through Brizard. Brizard's face looks guilty as sin as he admits to the touch. Tilly back to serve. This time looking for the front court receiver. Lugoff is there and the ball is down. And Lugoff makes a block on Payek. It's exactly the same play from France as Slovenia a couple of points ago, serving the front court receiver inside, committing with the middle. They'd have been happy to leave a one-on-one on the outside, you think, France? Ngapeth again looking for a decision. Čebulj looking for a touch and's got it. And you think we still have Italy, Poland to come here this evening. Čebulj, Grebenikov. Straight through the middle again. Lugoff is going hot. Možič chases on Patry, does a wonderful job. Takes about 4 of the benches with him. He's absolutely obliterated the chairs on the side of the court here, Patry. But he's got up and he's okay. France are showing some spirit. But Rok Možič too strong. Tip over the top for Patry. Shows he is not hurting whatsoever. Low ball. So tip has to come out. And now decides to drop the hands because he thought he was going to try and get, or he was going to be tooled by Patry, but that's not the case. Kovacic putting the ball in the perfect spot. Hasn't found too many perfect passes as we've seen on the stats moments ago. But that one is not bad at all. And there, Rok Možič, if he stays high enough, doesn't matter if the block dives into the angle from Ngapeth, he'll be too high. Payek. Now he's got his serve going. Patry. Oh, shot straight down. Tine Urnaut with a big, big block in this set. Big monster block at a big time. Grebenikov put to the floor. Wonderfully sealed by Tine Urnaut. Strong left hand. Thumb pops up, ball goes down. Pike. Again, that ball's a little bit too wide of two, but Ngapeth does what Ngapeth does, and that's get creative around the block and change the speed and how he operates to make it very difficult. Opens up and then just pats through the hands of Kozamernik. Kovacic back on the money here, Slovenia with the pass. It's going to give them a lot of confidence towards the middle of this set here. Kovacic just pulls the ball in, middle's working. They're looking good again here, Slovenia. Tilly, he passes on the money. Ngapeth playing fast off the hands again. He's got Kozamernik here on a piece of string at the moment. Ngapeth on the left, on the right. Just looking for the hands. Out of system. Možič stays high. Blizzard. Tilly looking for hands this time out the back. No challenge, says Ngapeth. Gianni says, okay, sir. This will tell us whether there was a touch or not. Tine Urnaut guarding Tilly this time. Možič out at position 4. No touch from any of the Slovenians. No need to waste a challenge. Tilly, what a pass that is from the sideline. Grebenikov just palms one in. France are desperate here. Kovacic, and there's a lift called, I think, against Čebulj, a double touch. Who's then pleading. Fans don't like it. Čebulj doesn't like it. Still shaking his head here, Čebulj. Was it a double touch? Because that was what was given. Kozamernik high, chase now for Tilly around the post. France are still there in this game, but Slovenia have certainly just found a little bit more in their first pass here in the fourth set. Kozamernik. This time off the hands and out of play. Patry. This time the pass is off the net, so more of a high outlet play to Patry. She does a good job of turning, working off the block. And Patry makes a big ace for France. What a time. Oh, that was very close. Kovacic says in. I think that was very close to that back line. Tine Urnaut. Nice relaxed shoulders in the reception. Chance again for Čebulj. Pushes through the French blockers this time. Tilly goes with the tip. Someone's got to put this one away. Čebulj puts this one away. Couple of continuations before Čebulj just hammers into deep 5. Ngapeth just looking into the sharper angles there with his hands. Miss serve from Rok Možič. Be interesting to see how he can hold this Slovenian performance together at certain times, because he's certainly been instrumental so far. Okay, free ball. Kovacic. Čebulj again, just goes sharper this time. Ngapeth, oh, it's come off the shoulder or the elbow of Ngapeth. Payek gets the block. And he's been so crafty. That scoop from Grebenikov, superb. Both wrists underneath it. And it's Vinčić that gets the block this time. Always up to something, isn't he? Patry. Okay. He's really firing on all cylinders now, isn't he? That line ball again from the right side. Brilliant width from there to get it right the way across the opposite. Chinese's just going to bring this ball down. Patry's going to get it again because he's hot. Brizard's just going to say, you keep going. You keep going until you run out of gas, Jean Patry. We want to take this to 5. For the start closing that line, Slovenia on Jean Patry. Vinčić tight this time. Oh, flipper! But buried by Brizard. France are absolutely flying again here. The flipper, outstanding. But in the end, it's a free ball in a zone where Brizard just had to pay attention. Are we going to 5 for bronze? It looks that way. Unless Slovenia can start to peg their way back. Serve by serve. Side out by side out. Chineese 8 points, Kozamernik 7. Better efficiency from Kozamernik. But that ball's not quite there. Možič to hit them out of trouble. Možič does hit them out of trouble. Fantastic recovery set from Vinčić, who again, you've got a compliment for coming into this side and just steadying the ship. Payek. Off the shoulder. Patry is not missing at this moment, is he? Didn't start today. He's been their first choice opposite throughout this competition. Boye couldn't quite take his chance. Patry's come back off the bench and showed us why Gianni's gone with him so often in this competition. They'll look for 4 here, France. No, they won't. That was definitely a touch off the block. Tip this time. Patry's now on the floor. It has to go to Ngapeth. Oh, my word. Ngapeth just speeds his arm up to beat the block of Kozamernik. And that is Ngapeth at his very best. Underneath the hands of Kozamernik. France know that this is in their reach if they want to go and grasp it. Brizard. Ngapeth again trying to make the most of Nick Mijanovic's overpass this time. Watch out for Ngapeth here. He is being incredibly sneaky. 17-12. This is going to a fifth, ladies and gentlemen, surely. Brizard serve. Tine Urnaut. Hasn't done anything wrong, is he? Can't remember any errors. Just a solid performance again here. Gets one between the two blockers. Chinese not quite sealing. Možič comes back in for Planicic. Chinese is not missing on any occasion. They keep feeding him, France, and he keeps scoring. And it's underpinning this whole performance. Goes to Tilly. The middle might just commit. Holding the middle more that they use Chinese. Tine Urnaut scores again from the right side. Is there a little bit of gas left in the tank of Slovenia? They've hardly changed their team throughout this whole competition. They have to dig deep here. Is the arena getting closer and closer to full here? Patry. I think he's maybe made 5 or 6 in a row. Pat on the back from his teammates as they know that he's really helping pull them through. No middle blocker as Brizard's running the middle often enough to keep him held. Geoffroy back in. This time for Chinese. Kovacic this time way off the net. They're going to have to find something from nothing. And Čebulj only finds the block of Le Goff. It's a monster block. And all that good work from Slovenia in 1 and 2 is disappearing, evaporating in 3 and 4. Really difficult serve to contend with there from Geoffroy. It's moving, it's flat. Chinese comes back in. Gigasterna in for a second set in a row. Comes in to serve for Kozmernik. 5 needed to send us 2-5 here. Gigasterna straight into the net this time, as he'll be replaced straight away again by the middleman, Kozmernik. He'll leave straight away to be liberoed by Kovacic. We're in an absolute battle here. Patry. This has been Patry's 4th set. No one will argue with that. And it's the serving of Patry that forces the error from Čebulj, who stopped firing on all cylinders in 3 and 4. Tine Urnaut is still holding things together in there, but there's an awful lot to think about for Kletsu. And as we've seen before, he hasn't really got much trust in the bench to come in here in place of Čebulj or Urnaut. He trusts his starting players and he sticks with them almost all the time. Pajenk, paintbrush. Pass from Ngapeth. Tilly takes us 2 away from going to a tiebreaker. In the team tonight, Tilly, starting for just the second time in the competition, delivering a fabulous performance. Možič, they're a little bit all at sea here. Brizard, easy for him. So Tilly serving to send us to a 5th set. France have been magic in 3 and 4. Slovenia were magic in the opening 2. And they still have 7 set points. Čebulj, Grebennikov, my word, what a pass. Just so relaxed in everything he's doing at this moment in time. To the outside, off the hands. And there's one. And Slovenia will be happy just to keep putting the pressure on the passing unit of France and just eking their way back into this one, ball by ball. Still 6 set points. Čebulj starting to get his way back into this from the service line. They're going to need him in the next set. Ngapeth goes over the top. We go to 5. The French fans on their feet here in Rome as they see a really battling performance from their nation in sets 3 and 4. Ngapeth, with a laboured approach, just fires up off the hands. Ngapeth all smiles. Well, we heard from that man there in your picture, Loic Geller, who said one team wants it more than the other. Well, they may have just proved their assistant coach wrong, because France have sent us to a 5th set in this bronze medal match. It's almost like a role reversal, isn't it? Slovenia started strong. France are finishing very, very strong. Stats so far. 5 errors for Slovenia, just 3 from France. That's a big change from the opening set. And the attacks are flourishing as well. Here we go for bronze. We know we've got another big game coming our way. Patry was 7 from 10 in that set. Brizard with 2 from 2 in his efforts. Ngapeth 5 from 7. He's just got better and better the more that he's played. Urnaut was 3 from 5. Kozamernik was 2 from 3, but really Čebulj 38%. 3 points from 8 attacks. Rok Možič 3 points from 7. They need Rok Možič to come back firing. He's in the firing line to start with from Ngapeth. Ngapeth's going to put this in, and all of a sudden France have just got the wind in their sails, but Slovenia You could see it in their timeout that they are up for this. And that shows it from Tine Urnaut. Three up in the block because they're out of system. Picks on the inside hand of Patry, who had to make a few steps in there. Very difficult to get the press when you're having to move big distances. Kovacic, massive opportunity this for Slovenia. Brizard out the setting position for the time being. Tilly off the hands as he's done all night long. Reactions from Brizard. Both teams are going to scrap with everything now. Čebulj the target. He's getting a lot of service pressure, and his hitting percentages are suffering a little bit because of it. Through the pipe, Tine Urnaut goes too quick for France. Far too quick for France. Fabulous tempo. Past Le Goff. So many heroic performances throughout the years from Tine Urnaut. They're going to need another one here. Tilly, what a serve from Slovenia, and what a play from Kevin Tilly. DIY. France love it. The service pressure, insane from Čebulj. But Tilly makes it all look so easy. And it's a perfect pass from Kovacic as well. Rok Možič. Game on. Absolute game on here in Rome for bronze. Možič stays high and deep. Tilly again, serve to the inside. He doesn't get it this time, Tilly, but Ngapeth does. Brizard starting to operate his chess pieces nicely. One to Tilly, one to Ngapeth on the backcourt. Let's see him use the middle now, or go to Patry and see where the middle blocker is. Kozamernik's getting the run around here. Tilly again. Popped in from Čebulj. Someone's on the net there. Nothing's given. Ngapeth fires, looking for hands. And he has a little look there. I think he wanted that set a little bit higher, Ngapeth. Did everything defensively, didn't he? There's just a bit of a lack of communication. Heads in hand stuff. Service in on Tilly again. He's got all the balls so far, and he's passed very, very well. Ngapeth again with the cover. Covering everything. Ngapeth. Cool, calm, and collective from Ngapeth. Speed from Brizard. Slovenia have been up to that all evening long in their own offense, but now they're beaten defensively. Pass from Kovacic. Rok Možič does exactly the same. Goes with the left, Rok Možič. And what we're seeing here from the 21-year-old is that he can go with both hands and upset the line of the block. We've seen it twice this evening from him. He's coming to the forefront when Slovenia need him the most. This is some game. Grebenikov, the service pressure from Slovenia has been really good in this set, but France are dealing with it. Or are they? Because pressure's coming on them in abundance. And Možič again from the right side scores. Ngapeth can't convert. but Možič can, leans away, gets it off the body. 2-2 from the young man. Tine Urnaut, who has served well, he's been given the ball, he's done nothing wrong offensively as he's been there all evening. A real hero's performance if Slovenia can get through. Looking for their 4th medal, Slovenia. A miss serve from Brizard just keeps that 2-point cushion. Kozemernik goes after Tilly, who's been served so often, and he's managed to keep his composure, get the ball in, and now they do run the middle. So Brizard's running this offense nicely, but just a couple of big plays from Slovenia keep them in front. The service pressure from Slovenia has been better than France at the moment as well. They haven't missed as many as France. Payek! And when Ngapeth does get the serve rolling, Slovenia get the pass in to the perfect zone. Payek puts it away. Slovenia 2 up at the turn. Rok Možič, step on up, has just absolutely buried one to the line. There is no retrieving that one. Gianni says, fair play, young man. France were 2-0 down, back to 2-2. Now they're looking down the barrel at 9-6. But Rok Možič has just stepped on up with the best serve of the evening. Timeout from Gianni. Same 3. Tilly, Grebenikov, Ngapeth. Možič again with another ace. No, it's kept alive. Grebenikov stabs it from nowhere. 2 French players on the bench. French stay alive here. Jean Patry, you feel that their hopes of the match is on this very point now. Wide of the mark from Čebulj. What a chase from the French. It was Tilly with the pass. Ngapeth. It was brilliant from Ngapeth. And brilliant from Grebenikov. And eventually, the ball's on the net band forever. My word. This is absolutely incredible drama. Just when you think Slovenia are going to pull away. Čebulj. Payek is there, but Vincic has to work hard to get the second touch a second time around. Tine Urnaut to the outside, and there's another error. They're looking for a touch in. Čebulj knows deep down, I think. As once again, he lets his frustration show. Challenge is coming. Welcome to the pressure cooker. France from 9-6 down. It was almost 10-6 before Ngapeth and Grebennikov fell through the benches. France held on and the momentum's changed. No touch from Tilly. Timeout taken. France just don't know when they're beaten this evening. One-point game when it could have been easily a 4-point game off the Rok Možič serve, but France hung on with everything they had. Shafori's back in to serve. It's a good serve as well. Tine Urnaut has to bring it off the net. Rok Možič scoop, but it hits the floor on the way through from Shafori. Good service. And again, Rok Možič is bringing calm to this team under all sorts of pressure. No middle. Vincic says, here, take this, Rok Možič. And he hammers another one crossbody. Mijanovic is back in. Čebulj needs to dig deep here after 2 attacking errors in a row. Timeout from Andrea Gianni just to slow down Čebulj. He knows what a threat he is from behind the service line. Big game. Ngapeth, 18 points. Čebulj, 15. Considering Ngapeth got a dodgy knee on him at the moment, he's held on superbly. Off the net, Slovenia by 2. 2 up, Tilly looks for the sharp angle out of system that wasn't quite there. Timeout does not work. And Slovenia are digging deep here as well, and serving, I think, has been a big difference in this set. Gianni still with 1 timeout. The Čebulj serve, absolutely superb. Čebulj, oh, that's tight for Tilly. He has to work hard to get it through. Ngapeth can't get there. And surely now for Slovenia, they've got their hands on the bronze. Rok Možič, Klemen Čebulj have helped Slovenia through here with 2 magical service runs. France down by 3. Up steps Jean Patry. And in these huge moments, you need the point scorers to step on up. Grebennikov says, just give us 1. Okay, gives a rip of a serve. Kovacic off the net. Could be a few problems for a double here. No calls. A little look at the referee from Prizar, but it's to the wing. Vincic has been a real hero this evening. Out of system play. He gets it out to his wingman. France now look beaten. 13-9, Payenk. The serving has been the difference for me. in this last set. A break from Čebulj, a couple of breaks from Možič, and a tip over the top now from Jean Patry. Running out of opportunities, but France can be very proud of how they battle back. Can they do it one last time? Slovenia also in this fifth set, phenomenal from them. Tilly with the float serve, in system here. Tine Urnaut shut down. And Tine Urnaut just turns his back on the French block. Doesn't want any of that reaction. The ball's probably going to go back to him very quickly. 13-11 now. Huge moments. And we know that the gold medal match is going to be just as entertaining. Tilly goes after Čebulj, trying to release. Tine Urnaut, it goes over on to Vincic. Smart man. No one expecting a second ball play from France, a little bit late with the block. And this is for the bronze medal for Slovenia. Tilly the target. Patry over the top again with the tip. Kovacic is there. Rok Možič. And Slovenia have done it. They take the bronze from EuroVolley. Their fourth medal at a European Championships. After winning the first two sets, France showed courage, but it's Slovenia that bounced back for bronze. A huge performance in the fifth set to win their first bronze medal. It's disappointment for France, and it's bronze for Slovenia. Rok Možič, step on up when your country needs you, young man. Kletsu with his first European Championship medal. Look how much it means to him and his staff. Usually so cool, calm and collective. All the emotion of the last 3 weeks spills out in one moment. And Slovenia can be incredibly proud of their boys. So much character in set 5. Možič serving, Čebulj also making plays at the right time. France look absolutely exhausted. Gianni worked so hard to help get his team back in to the game in sets 3 and sets 4. but it just wasn't quite enough. What a game from the Palazzo dello Sport here in Roma. 12 blocks to 5. That was the main difference in the end.